Yeah, good evening, everyone, and welcome on a Friday evening. So we'll wait for a minute or two because others may join. So till then, if you can just introduce yourself. Are you a student? Are you an educator? Which country are you from? You can share it in the chat, or you can, just unmute yourself and tell us.
I can hear you. I don't know why Sandeep said.
Oh, yeah. Can you try logging in and logging out? I mean, are others able to hear? Ashita, Hridaya, Rajit?
You may need to put it in the chat, right? Because he can't hear
Oh,
me.
right. Good point. Yeah.
Rajit, I suppose, could
So I'll
hear.
just tell Sandeep, please try logging in and logging out.
Got it fixed, he says. Okay.
Oh, he's
Cool.
got it fixed. Okay. Right, great. So, Selvamani, are you a student, educator? Where are you from?
No, sir, I am a parent of Sai Naren Sai. So I am
Okay.
in Dar es Salaam only.
Dar es Salaam, wonderful. Which school, sir?
Indian school, sir.
Indian school, right. Yeah, Mr. Kunal Kohli. And yeah, I think they're a test
Yes.
center also for your.
No, we are doing in the High Commission.
Oh, High Commission, the test is happening. 15th, is it? Or this Sunday?
No, Sunday, 9.
Oh my God, day after. Okay, right. So, Sandeep, where are you from?
Hello everyone.
Yeah.
This is Sandeep Chheda. I'm a father of Krisa Chheda.
Yes.
We are from Dar es Salaam.
Yes. Yeah, I remember Mr. Sandeep. I think we had spoken briefly. Yes. Yeah, Prisha had, from Prisha's phone, we had spoken. Right.
Yes, right.
Right. Arush Pancholi. Arush, where are you from?
India. I live in Dubai.
Okay. You live in Dubai. Okay, great. So you're a student, right?
Yeah.
Right. Thanks for joining. Hridaya? Okay.
Hi, sir. I am Arush's father.
Okay, you're Arush's father. Okay, welcome.
Yes,
sir.
I'm Arush's father.
Yes,
Thank you for giving us this opportunity. We are just here to understand what actually about this.
Sure. Great. Thanks for joining. Yeah, so I think we've got a few introductions. Others can share in the chat whenever. So maybe Preeti, we can get started. It's like 3 minutes past the official time. Yeah, so you can introduce yourself and then I'll introduce myself.
will. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. So I'm also going to make a presentation if you all will bear with me. Can you see the screen?
Yes,
Yeah,
we can
Yes.
see the screen. Yeah.
Okay, so this is Preeti Aghalayam. I'm a professor in chemical engineering at IIT Madras for a very large number of years now. For the past, I think, 8 months or so, it has been my pleasure to be designated as the head or director in charge of IIT Madras Zanzibar Campus. So I'm here to talk to you all about some initiatives that we want to launch at IITM-Zanzibar. Everything we do at IITM-Zanzibar is for the first time. This is the first offshore campus of an IIT, and we offered a BS program in data science and AI for the first time. So we're doing this July-August program with Vishnu and his group also for the first time over here. But it is, like others were saying in this call, a source of great excitement. And I'm happy to present you a little bit about our campus. I'm sure everybody wants to see a few photos and so on before making the trek over here. So that is what is my job here today. This is a scene just next to our campus, a cricket game that we played. A mix of faculty and students are over here. I think most audiences don't need an introduction to IIT Madras, but for sake of completeness, I do this. I'll do it very quickly. IIT Madras is India's top-ranked educational institution. We've come first in the national rankings 8 years in a row now. We are also an institute of eminence, and we get a reasonable amount of funding for exploring internationalization and globalization. And that's one of the angles that we've done in Zanzibar. We are also considered a very innovative institution, mostly because our students come in and say, I want to be an employer rather than an employee. And they do a lot of innovative activities, but also because we have something called the IITM Research Park, which is among the first of India's contiguous incubation centers that are connected with the university. Lots of technologies, startup companies, even unicorns are coming out of this ecosystem right now. This is us. And students really do, it's a very competitive place to come to, and students like the fact, of course, that our ranking is good, very strong adherence to academic excellence for decades now. I must mention to you that in several decades ago, both Vishnu and I did study at IITM in Chennai, and we call ourselves proud alumni. When in IITM, the opportunities that students have in terms of clubs and internships and even undergraduate research are fantastic, and also exchange programs with partner universities abroad are fantastic. I myself, before my role over here, used to coordinate a program called the Young Research Fellow Program, again, very highly competed amongst IIT students in their third undergraduate year to do really top-notch research. And I watch now my students post about ideas they got during that YRF program, which they've built out into companies, and they are seeking funding, and they're also successful in that as well. So that activity and the type of opportunities that one gets in the IITM system is something that students really appreciate and love. We are very, despite what you may read in the press, we have very good placements, and the brand IIT, the IITM degree, what it gets for you in the market is quite significant. I would recommend to parents out there that ignore the hyperbole on both sides in terms of remuneration, and the fact that recently they've been saying something about percentage placed, etc. It is excellent. Our students do really get most of them that work really hard and so on, get really aspirational positions in the careers and jobs that they seek. I think a very important aspect of IIT Madras is that we have 50,000 plus alumni all across the world. Our alumni are doing really interesting things. Some of us are boring and went back to our department to be a professor in chemical engineering when we got our undergraduate degree. But some of us are very interesting and do things like gifted programs for gifted students, etc., like Vishnu. But aside from jokes apart, we do have a remarkably large number of our alumni that are in top positions in corporates across the world. And if you walk down whatever road in Silicon Valley and look into Meta or Twitter or Google or Microsoft, etc., the top leadership will have a significant representation of IITM alumni, and we're proud of them. They contribute very well and world leaders for sure. IITM-Zanzibar was just launched last year, and it is a partnership between the Ministry of Education here in Zanzibar, Ministry of Education in India, and IIT Madras. And it has been discussion started off as a bilateral relationship angle and so on, but IIT Madras is very proud that we could step in and do this, and I think it's a very meaningful activity that we are involved in. And really our aspirations are also very big. We want to be an educational star in this region, catering not only to East Africa but Pan-Africa, Middle East, West, and also India. Right now our students do come from all across the world because it's an international campus. If you roll the clock back to 2023, we were really big news, the signing of our MOU where the president, we did this in the office of the president of Zanzibar, and you'll see some photos over here. It was on the occasion of the visit of India's External Affairs Minister, Shri Jaishankarji. And, the type of press we got at that point of time, and also continuing to do so both locally in India and also globally, has been fantastic. Our international cohort of students were welcomed into 2 programs, a Bachelor of Science in Data Science and AI and a Master of Technology in Data Science and AI. All these degrees are IIT Madras degrees, and all the pedagogy, the curriculum, the sequence of courses, the distribution between core and elective courses, the teaching, everything comes from IIT Madras and with the approval of IITM Senate. We are also planning more degree programs. In fact, after I made this slide, we have launched another MTech. It is in ocean structures, which we believe is very important for this region. So we are going to have that also this year, in addition to the programs that we launched last year. We'll also look at sustainability, communications and computer engineering, advanced manufacturing, something in bio and pharma and chemical engineering as well also in the coming years. We already also run several short-term skilling and certification programs. For mostly these are facing professionals in the area, and also we do workshops in data science mainly at this point of time for CXOs and so on. I mean, in fact, I know that people from Dar es Salaam are here. We are very frequently in Dar es Salaam doing programs over there as well. Currently, a team of, I think, 3 of our faculty are doing a joint program along with the Dar es Salaam Institute of Technology, just a couple of days of something to do with AI and data science. Our campus is really very beautiful. Vishnu can attest to that. It's a digital-first campus. Classrooms are really state-of-the-art, smart boards, computer labs, really beautiful hybrid-enabled auditorium. Students live on the campus in hostel or dorm rooms, and we have dining facilities and a dispensary as well. And our curriculum is really fantastic. I mentioned all of these things. Our applications are currently for the second cohort just closed, and the screening test across 35 and more than 35 centers across the world are going to be on Sunday. I'm going to skip over this. Our first batch last year, we onboarded students in October 2023. They're really fantastic, vibrant international group of students, and sort of what we were thinking about, planning for, envisioning, dreaming about has come to fruition over here, and they've almost finished semester 2. You see them over here very joyful in this photograph that we took, I think, on the first day of classes on 24th October. And aside from classroom courses and exams and labs, etc., they participate in ton of activities. They have taken charge, they organize lectures. I think 4 or 5 of them are currently deeply involved in a hackathon, and they've sought outside help to advise them on hackathon. So we had a group of people yesterday in the campus organized by the students. They, of course, also do with our direction community service, and we also organize sports and other kind of activities also in the campus and around. We currently have 27 students in the undergraduate and 8 in the MTech program. 40% of our class is women, and it's about 50-50 Indian and African, the composition right now. Students have several opportunities aside from academics and the extra or co-curricular activities and sports that they're already doing in the campus. They're going to go on exchange if they wish to with our partner universities in a couple of places. 5 of our master students are already, the ink is drying on plans for exchanges to top French universities in September. They've also, master students are, they've also secured internships, very competitive ones already. It's just been 8 months. I'm very proud of how they're progressing. And they've also been participating in short-term courses, etc. We do run a lot, big into sports as much as possible. So if somebody in the audience is into that, just so that you know. We also do lectures, popular lectures, research lectures when we have people visiting us. I think most recently, one of our senior faculty members, who was the director of IIT Bombay, Professor Devankar, talked about chaos, and it was a really well-received lecture. But stuff like that is constantly going on in the campus as well. We labeled this experience IITM-Zanzibar, and this was an opportunity for school students and teachers to come to our campus and just sort of immerse, sit in our computer room, and one of our faculty, Dr. Ritika, she walks them through some simple programming, and they developed a game. And then another faculty talked to them a little bit about math, and the students organized the treasure hunt and so on. So we've done this 3, 4, 5 times so far. And of course, when the school students come to our campus, the energy levels increase a lot, and it's really a lot of fun. You may recognize some of the uniforms here, some government schools in Zanzibar, but also the Aga Khan School from Dar es Salaam, Indian School of Dar es Salaam. I know one of the people in this call is from there. There was a visit from students of Indian School of Dar es Salaam as well. So that was the reason why we felt like something bigger, not just half a day visit or 2-day visit by school students, something that has a curriculum associated with it, and formal curriculum associated with it, experts beyond ourselves to deliver that program. If we can put together, it may be a really nice way forward for our institution, and also really help students in the region. So this is why we've partnered with Vishnu and his group to do this Discover STEM program as an immersive residential program. And that's the reason that we are here to talk to you about, maybe you'll consider coming to our little campus in this beautiful island on the occasion of the Discover STEM program. So with that, I'll hand over back to, this is another beautiful view of the campus. I'm handing over back to Vishnu at this point.
Yeah, thank you very much, Preeti. So I will share my screen now and take you through a few slides. And what I will also do is I'm just going to put my contact information and a couple of links on the chat in case some of you, need to leave. You can just sort of copy this. 1 second. Okay. Right. Let me share my screen. Yeah, my screen is shared now. Let me get my PPT out. Right. Yeah. So 1 second. How do I have a view where I can see the people also? Let me. Okay, no, I'm not.
Don't worry, Vishnu. The what's that? The waiting room or whatever, that thing I'll deal with. You can go ahead.
Okay, right. Yeah, thank you. So I'll go on. Yeah, so we are very excited for various reasons. My name is Vishnu Agnihotri. I'm the co-founder of a company called GenWise. So as Preeti mentioned, I'm also an alumnus of IIT Madras, and it was a great place. Even then, it always was a great place, and just turned out great people. That was 33 years ago, and even at that time, we got a lot of broad exposure. It was not just engineering, but the world has changed in that time, and I think it's an even cooler place now, which gives you broad-based experience far beyond just the technical education. And IIT Madras Zanzibar is fully, it's IIT Madras faculty coming here, and I think a new chapter has begun in the region, and I'm very optimistic that this is going to really grow in the region and across East Africa, North Africa, Middle East, and in fact we've started getting calls from the Bay Area in the US. People want to come to this program, so I think a lot can happen here. I spent 2.5 days in Tanzania, 1.5 days in Zanzibar, 1 day in Dar es Salaam. The schools we visited, we were very excited. So let me tell you about this specific program. But before I tell you about the program, let me tell you a bit about what is GenWise, what is Gifted World. There are so many entities, and a little bit you may want to know the background. So let me just share that. Yeah, so GenWise is essentially a team of world-class mentors with individual experience of 2 to 3 decades. So there are scientists, engineers, artists, writers, basically people who've like spent several years. Many of them have PhDs, or they have, held top positions in the industry. And they are actually quite excited about working with young children. So we work with children from grade 6 up to grade 12. And and we've been doing this since 2015. So many of these programs are for gifted and talented students, like top 2% of students among their peers. So we've been doing this for almost 10 years now. And really, we are very excited about doing this kind of stuff because what we find is that when we are in a residential camp for 2 or 3 weeks with these bright and curious students, there are no exams, there are no tests. There are these experts who can sort of engage these students. They can often answer their questions, they can challenge them, and when they can't answer their questions, they can at least learn together with them. We also do other things which I'm not going to talk much about: online enrichment courses, teacher professional development, some kind of career discovery program. So we've been doing all of these things mostly in India. We've done one program in Sharjah, and this is the first program in Africa. And our camps are modeled very much along the lines of the gifted programs in the US, Johns Hopkins Center for Talented Youth. There used to be Duke TIP, Northwestern Center for Talent Development, because these people have done these kind of things for 3 decades or more. Some of our staff have worked there. So we found that many of the things, the structure, the kind of things they were doing were working. So we've sort of replicated that. We've, of course, adapted to what we believe is a different context here. So this is what we've been doing. And as we have spent so many years in this, as we got into this, we realized that many partners are needed to make this happen, because the challenges with these motivated advanced learners, they can be quite different. So we felt we needed to ally with different people. So for example, sometimes often the challenge is more socio-emotional. So that is one of the reasons the residential camps are important. So sometimes we have psychologists working with students, identifying students where their interests and abilities lie. That's why a company called Educational Initiatives, which is an expert in assessment. I used to work there for 10 years. So they are one of the partners. Northwestern University Center for Talent Development. So Dr. Paula Olszewski-Kubilius, who's an expert in gifted education. So she's been my mentor over the last 8 years, and I've learned a lot about the talent development pathway from her. SAGE is a close partner again in the UAE. They have a relationship with all the Indian schools in the UAE. So we got together and formed something called giftedworld.org. Please do visit. If you're not a member, become a member. Most of the content out there is free, and a lot of stuff is happening. And apart from this, we have university partners. We've been working with Manipal Academy of Higher Education. A lot of the programs have been happening in Manipal, India. Now, of course, with IIT Madras, Zanzibar. And university partners are very important for various reasons, because professors like Preeti have very deep knowledge about their field, which takes many, many years to develop that knowledge. And they are in a position to say that what is it about this discipline that 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th graders should understand. And I can see already, for example, I was with Preeti and some of the professors, and they've brought, chemistry into data science, and that's only possible with a lot of experience, plus the kind of facilities they have, right? So when we do these programs in these universities, the kind of equipment available, the workshops available, the people available, so it makes a lot of difference. So that's the Gifted World community. So we are one of the founding members of Gifted World. Please go to the website and become a member if you're not. So even in this program, we'll be bringing in some of these expertise. There will be a couple of sessions from the Northwestern people. There'll be IIT Madras professors speaking about various things. Expert mentors from around the world. I'm not going to get into the names and so on. You can go to our website and check it out. In this particular program, I'll mention the mentors who are going to be there. So this particular program is more for children who are, I would say, at the transition from school to college. So they've finished grade 10, 11, 12. They're starting to think, what do I want to do? They're already maybe interested in STEM. But STEM itself is a very diverse field. So do I pursue science? Do I pursue engineering? What kind of science? What kind of engineering? Where do I pursue? What does it entail? And often we do not get a genuine feel for this in school with the thing, because these are very complex areas. A lot of things change. For example, I've been speaking to various parents, and this is about the other camp in Manipal, which is happening. There's a course on AI for 3 weeks. So many parents told me, oh, my child is already doing AI. But what is your child doing in AI? When we get into this, we get into a lot more depth, not necessarily math and technical stuff, but to look at it through the eyes of an expert. And often these children learn things which a lot of adults are not aware of. For example, in the AI example, these students were actually doing an exercise about, so when you use, say, like the OpenAI API to do something, there is a charge per token use. Per so many tokens, you pay so much. And this becomes really relevant when you're doing real AI projects. And there may be some model which is actually more better, accurate, but the cost of it might actually be prohibitive. And what a token is also, many of us on this call may not be exactly knowing. So these students in the program, within a day or two, they actually figured all this out, right? ChatGPT versus Claude versus Llama versus Gemini, what is happening? And these are things which can be taught only by experts who spent a lot of time in the field. And that is what we specialize in, to bring the subject expertise of these people in a relevant way to high school, middle school students. So which is what we are doing in this 12-day program. I'll tell you the calendar very soon, but basically there are going to be 2 5-day courses. One is Introduction to Astrophysics. So Sukanya Sinha, who is a physicist, very senior, did her PhD from the University of Maryland in the 80s, was in Pune at Ayuka. And she now teaches at the Indian Statistical Institute, Bangalore. So she's going to be teaching the astrophysics course. It will be about the life of stars. She will talk about what scientists do, to even learn the collaborative process in science, to and pretty interesting stuff, right? So this is also an excuse to teach some critical thinking skills. For example, what is the probability that there is alien life? You can actually do back of the envelope calculations. So stuff like this will happen in this course. Introduction to engineering design is being taught by one of my IIT batchmates, Murlidhar. So he's going to be doing a lot of hands-on stuff where students will design various things using simple materials. And for example, can you design a box which will prevent an egg from breaking when you drop it, say, from height-X? And if that works, then we go to a much higher height. And if some designs work, some designs don't work, can we analyze why it's happening? Because initially, intuitively, someone may think, that we must hold the egg very tight. But as you do these things, you may realize that you must allow it to move in the direction of impact. So a lot of intuitive stuff, which honestly When I was doing engineering, I did not learn such things. I learned a lot of equations, and it's only later that I started grasping these things. So we are trying to give children the big aeroplane view, and it is going to be at the IITM-Zanzibar campus, which Preeti, as she said, it's very beautiful. Zanzibar is a beautiful place. If you are sending your children there, do plan on a vacation. When you come to pick them up, stay on for 3-4 days, do something, maybe go on a safari, and there's already a person who's willing to take you around. So this is the program. What are the benefits expected? Uh, it's going to aid in the process of discovering strengths and interests. Science and engineering are very closely related, but a good scientist is not always a good engineer, and vice versa. So to get a sense, and apart from those two courses I mentioned, we're going to have at least 5-6 guest lectures from IIT Madras professors, but some of the experts we know, people from industry, academia, engineers, technologists. So basically you're going to get into a community of people, which is going to sort of just open up the world to you, and also through that open up how you look at yourself, right? Because ultimately it's not that one of these fields is more attractive than the other. It is more of what matches your strengths and interests. I also want to point out that all the students who come to the camp, they will be part of something called Club Gifted World, Club GW, which is currently a WhatsApp group. And we have very, very exciting conversations out there. I cannot even keep track of all the messages. Some of our mentors are doing stuff out there. So everything from spacecraft and space travel to when cockroaches die, why are they, on their back, and everything is getting discussed out there. So it's a community for passionate learners to really exchange views, get some guidance. Somebody asked a question that I just started learning calculus, somebody in grade 11. And I was able to share a book written in 1936, which is one of the best ways to make calculus intuitive. In my time, unfortunately, I didn't have that book. So basically a lot of knowledge exchange and positive strokes to each other. This should help students make more informed career choices. Developing socio-emotional and critical thinking skills is very key. So while I've been talking so much about all these courses, guest lectures, that is only 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. You're going to be doing a lot of stuff, playing games, going around Zanzibar. You're going to be interacting with people from different countries in East Africa, UAE, India, US. So it's a great way to start living life independently. Maybe, you've never been away from your parents for 2 weeks, but in a very safe environment, right? So it's a way of taking risk, but in a very safe environment. So you find a community of like-minded peers and world-class mentors, like I described about the Club GW WhatsApp group. And you will also understand what programs and life at IITM-Zanzibar offers. While it's a very young baby, and a very small baby compared to the IIT Madras campus in Chennai, but that has its own positives. Like Preeti spoke about the 5-kilometer runs, and she's herself a marathon runner. So you can go on these runs with her. You have access to the director, you have access to the professors, you can walk across. So there are certain advantages of being in a place like IITM Zanzibar in the initial years. Another 5-7 years, it's going to be a 200-acre campus and a large place, and you may not have those privileges later. So those of you who like to be pioneers, I think it's a great place. I'm going to play 2 1-minute videos to just give you a feel for how students have experienced some of our past programs. So let me just play what Neil said. Okay.
Hello, this is Humans of Genrise. My name is...
It's not playing, right? There's some issue. Okay, let me try something.
Neil, and this is my story. I'm 16.
It's playing now.
Okay.
A few things about me. I'm interested in a lot of things, from music to physics to frisbee to books to art. I'm also someone who's extremely curious and loves learning how things work. If given the opportunity, I would do all of this all the time. And fortunately for me, GenWise was a place where I was given that opportunity. Academically, my passion for physics only grew after a course on electromagnetism, because it was one where I was able to put myself into the shoes of past physicists, uncovering its story myself. But that's not all. I still had the opportunity to play music, frisbee, and more with like-minded people, including the RCs and staff who I now call my closest friends. It was a space where I really understood who the real me was, a side previously hidden that was brought out, one of curiosity, passion, kindness, and a spirit of childhood joy, boundless and limitless, that I hold to this day.
Yeah, I'm going to play one video like this from Palak.
I'm a 17-year-old from Indore, and I've been part of two GenWise programs. The first, the Forensics program, and the second, the Career Discovery and Planning program. The CDB course was special as it allowed us to explore our future. We learned to take opportunities as they came to us, and that our destiny, what we do in life, is not always set in stone. To be curious and inquisitive became our main motto. Aspiring to be a biotechnology researcher, I got to have insightful conversations with professionals, like the head of rideshare science at Lyft. One of the things I love about GenWise is the ability to connect with other kids just like us. I made a lot of lifelong friends, who I still talk to on a daily basis. All of the evening games, addas, and sports days brought us closer together in the few weeks we had. GenWise became my home away from home, and I cherish every single moment I had there with my friends, with my people. Hi, this is Humans of GenWise, and I'm Palak. I'm a 17-year-old. Hi.
Yeah, so that should have given you an idea. So it's definitely not all work and no play. In fact, a lot of the work itself is like play, and there will be times when you'll be challenged, but it's not in a stressful way. There are no tests or exams or judgment. But yes, you will be given problems. Sometimes you're not even sure what topic it is. So, but you sort of develop your skills in that way. Talented and caring staff. You're going to have, typically we have like one staff for every 5 students. So a lot of personal attention, care, friendships with people from around the world. A lot of fun. You're going to be doing talent night, DJ night, karaoke, whatever. We will see what you're interested in and we'll tweak it. And there is a break day in between, and even other evenings we'll try to do a couple of evenings, go around Zanzibar and have fun. And there are excellent facilities at the place. And yeah. So I'm almost at the end of things. Let me tell you the program calendar. So you arrive in Zanzibar on July 28th. So I guess you will either take a flight into Zanzibar or you'll arrive at the ferry terminal. If you're coming with an adult, we will send you instructions on how to reach IITM-Zanzibar. It's about a 30-minute drive. And in case you are coming alone without an adult, you will tell us in advance and we will, pick you up from the ferry terminal or from the airport. So you come, you settle down in your room, you make friends. Then we start the classes on July 29th. So July 29th to August 2nd, 5 days, we do one course. The guest sessions happen and we have sports, fun activities in the evening. Then we have a break day where we will go around and learn more about Zanzibar and just have fun. And 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. the next 5 days, we do the next course, we do the fun activities. And August 9th, we will have a bunch of people visiting us, school principals, parents who can make it. We encourage parents to come on August 9th because students are going to share what they've learned. There will be a graduation ceremony. Every student gets a feedback letter, an appreciation letter. So we basically, what we've observed about the student in this camp, we share with the intention of providing a mirror which is helpful in planning the future and in the child's growth. I shouldn't say child at this age. Maybe I should say young adult. Yeah. So, and yeah, then you leave camp by noon on August 9th. So that is basically the program calendar. The weather is great in Zanzibar at this time of the year. At night, it will be around 20 degrees Celsius. And when the maximum temperature is 30 degrees Celsius, you will be in air-conditioned classrooms. 2 students will share a room. There are ceiling fans in the rooms, not air conditioners, but I think it should be very comfortable in the evening. The dorms are gender separated. There are sufficient number of bathrooms and toilets. I've done the calculation. There is one on either side of the floor. There are 2 floors, so there is quite a good ratio. And you will not be mixing with other students in an unsupervised way, right? It's not that if you are as a 11th standard student, if you're here, that there is an MTech student in the next room, that's not going to happen. So all kind of safety and your thing is there. Food, all kinds of options are available. Veg, definitely. Non-veg, definitely. Halal options are available. If you have any allergies, food allergies, if you have a gen need, whatever, we'll try our best to take care of all these things. Once you register for the program, we will send you a form and collect all these details. Medical, we have all the arrangements. Preeti mentioned there's a dispensary there. In case of an emergency, an ambulance will take you somewhere. So staff is trained in first aid. Those of you who need prayer facilities and breaks, we have planned prayer breaks 3 times a day. There are dedicated rooms for this where you will not be disturbed. So all of these facilities are available. Safety and security is a top priority. It's not a very large campus. There are security guards. We will have our staff. Of course, these young adults are older, so we don't have to worry too much. But still, they will be under some extent of supervision because they are under our care, and we have to be really quite careful. So we will start Q&A in just a couple of minutes. Let me just see if there's any other point to be mentioned. Right. So every group of 10 odd students, there will be a residential counselor who is taking care of them between 4 p.m. and 9 a.m. Not that these students need that much care. Typically, we work with younger students also, but still somebody may fall ill, somebody may need a medicine, somebody may still feel homesick, even if you're 16 or 17. So they're there for them. Yeah, students are expected to carry a cell phone with them, but it is going to be sort of a device-free program. We will allow you to use your devices for whatever work is needed and to speak to your parents in the evening. At night, we give you for half an hour, but this is not a program where you will be on your own playing video games or, on your own on your phone, not connecting with others, because then the whole point is lost. So that is another thing students have thanked us for at the end of the program, saying that, being away from devices really helped me find myself and make new kinds of connections. I'm not getting into a lot of the logistics details right now. Some of you can ask me questions, but basically there are you will have ways to contact them. We'll support you in the travel. All of that we will do. The program fee is $1,190 US. This includes everything except your travel to the campus in Zanzibar. There's an early bird fee, which is just under $1,000 for registrations before June 26th. I've already on the chat shared my details. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to stop share. Preeti, do you want to say something before we open up for Q&A?
I just want to again reiterate that the safety aspect is not a worry. We've been living here, and we also have young students already in the campus. It's a small campus, walled campus. Security, as Vishnu mentioned, is here. And if you're coming from abroad, visa facilitation is also possible. A tourist visa is fairly inexpensive. It's an online application. You can get it on arrival, but I think better to, especially if the child is, the student is traveling alone, to do the online application and get it sorted out. And we are here to help in these aspects.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing about the visa thing, Preeti, because I had got my visa recently and it was really an easy process. Electronic cost $80 and maximum it takes 5 days. I got mine in a couple of days, so you don't have to worry about those things. So I think Neeraj, you can go first. After that, Prajeet and others can ask questions after that or put in chat. Yeah, go on, Neeraj.
Good evening, sir. Thank you so much for all the detail which you have provided. Especially we were more keen to know about the children's safety and other things which I think already cover. I raised my hand just to ask about the phone. That also just before the you have just covered that they can carry phone, and we appreciated that it is for the time where they can just talk to us. So we are also feeling
Yes.
that they are okay, and at the same time they are not connected here.
Yes, yes. Pretty much every day you can talk to them. And in case you need to talk to them on some other day, we will give you numbers. So there will be an office number from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And outside of that, if you want to talk, we will give you 2-3 numbers of the program managers. So, suddenly you need to speak. So you will never have a problem reaching your child. You may have to be patient. You may have to wait for 15 minutes at the most. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And you said that that logistic part will be discussed later. Suppose because we've been more than 20-30 times to Zanzibar, even along with my daughter. If we send her alone, we don't see any issue. So from ferry, someone will.
Yes, we will pick them up from the ferry. That is absolutely not a problem. So yeah, so the details we'll discuss later, but basically we've been doing it for many years. So what we do is we tell the parent who is going to go there, right? Maybe 3-4 hours before, send that person's number. And when we go to the ferry terminal on the airport and we pick up, we immediately call before we leave the place. And then the parent says, yes, child, this is the person. So we have a proper protocol and we've done this many times. And yes, so those things we definitely take care. Yeah.
Much appreciated.
And I'll also mention we have, it depends on the numbers, but we have a campus bus which stays on the campus. So we'll send the bus if there's good number of
So what we will do, Mr. Neeraj, is around July 5th or 10th or something, 2 weeks before the camp. Because if you're booking ferry, I'm not sure whether you need to book it so much in advance.
There is no need. Yeah.
Right. So what we'll do is, especially for the people coming by ferry from Dar es Salaam, we will tell you that, listen, these 12 people are coming from Dar es Salaam. So would you like to come on the same ferry or come on these 2 ferries? So maybe the bus can come. Otherwise, it's okay. I mean, worst case, even if 2-3 children are coming on one ferry, something else, it's a small thing for us. We can arrange for transportation for, yeah.
No, much appreciated. I'm quite relaxed and confident that it will go. So, but I am just curious to know that when you said you are doing this one for many years, but as per my knowledge, this Zanzibar IIT, it just started last year, 23.
Yes, let me explain what I mean by that, right? So, many years we've been doing it as in this kind of a program in a university campus, right? So we've done it in Manipal University, we've done it in IIT Hyderabad, Indian Institute of Information Technology, we've done it in Shiv Nadar University, we've done it in various places in India. Residential camp outside of India we're doing for the first time. Normally we would have been nervous, but because it is IIT Madras Zanzibar and Dr. Preeti is driving it, and so we don't have any concerns out there, because it's as she said, it's a small campus and it's very easy to manage this. So so there should be no concern.
Yeah, first thing when you are a father of a daughter, first thing comes in your mind is the safety.
Yes.
And
no, sir, this is much safer than many locations in India. We did it in a university in North India, and we were really worried, because not just for your children, but even for our staff, after 5 p.m., 6 p.m. after sunset, you can't go out in some areas of North India. So this is very safe, but still we do not advise. Please don't avoid sending your child by a flight which lands at midnight and things like that. Like talk to us before booking. Please land up by 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, so that there is enough sunlight and all of that. Not that there is any danger, but yeah.
Okay,
and
sir. Thank
I'll
you so
also,
much.
Neeraj
Please
sir,
carry
I'll
on.
also say that several years ago, my daughter attended a program in Bangalore that Vishnu and his team organized, this kind of program. That's
Okay.
and I
Thank you so much, ma'am.
understand what you mean. I understand what you mean.
Yeah,
it would be
especially
first
when
time for us.
you're when you're sending a girl or any young child, there is nervousness. But see, okay, let me also tell you one thing. And apologies if I'm saying something slightly negative about Indians. So, as Indians, typically we are a little bit not so process oriented, right? We'll say, kar lenge, this thing, that thing. But fortunately, our staff used to work in Johns Hopkins and Duke TIP programs, and in the US they are very, very worried about the legal thing, right? So you cannot believe, like 300-page manual, right?
Okay.
So what is the process? This thing. So I'll take, for example, some of these children may feel really irritated, but because we work with younger children, you cannot go from the classroom to the toilet on your own. We go and stand outside the toilet. The teaching assistant goes. See, the reason we do this is because, see, right now in this context, it doesn't matter much because the undergraduate students are not going to be there. But when we are doing it in a Manipal University with 20,000 students, they're also there on campus. Somebody goes and it's your children we are taking care of. So the processes are that tight. You go, you come back. So safety, security, you don't need to worry. We'll be like super. In fact, we're very conservative. And I'm not sure whether we will take the children near the water, though Zanzibar is a wonderful place for that. So even in Manipal, we never took them to the beach. So some of those things we'll see with your permission. But yeah, safety, please don't worry. We will take care of everything.
We are much relaxed the way you have elaborated. Last but not the least, any scholarship for the scholar? Like my daughter, she topped the Indian school, scored 98%. So this would be my last thing to ask, to bother you, rather.
Right. Yeah. Right. See, to be honest, we will give out some scholarships, but they will be more means based. I mean, congratulations, that she's the topper in the Indian school there. So what we suggest is, what we are doing is, because Dr. Preeti and I really do not know the families. If you require anything beyond what is offered on the website, please write to your principal. So in your case, you can write to Mr. Kunal Kohli, and he will advise us on whether scholarship should be given, how much, and we will most probably follow his direction. We'll try our best wherever possible. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you so much. All the questions have been answered very nicely, very maturely, and really appreciated. Running short out of the word, but thank you so much.
Thank you for your kind words, Mr. Neeraj. It was wonderful talking to you. Yes.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Yes,
thank
you. Yeah, I think Prajit is next in line. Yeah.
So is there any prior knowledge required for the two courses which you mentioned, which is astrophysics?
Good question. Which grade are you in, Prajit?
11th.
Yeah, 11th, it should not really be an issue. So what we'll see, the other reason which I'm not stressing, definitely astrophysics involves some complex things like black body radiation, and even engineering will require some stress strain things which you may not have done. Now you'll be coming here towards the end of your vacation. We don't want to burden you with having to study before landing up here. Maybe if you are interested, we'll send you some pre-reading material, but we are assuming that as long as you have decent knowledge till 10th grade, you're familiar with exponents, you don't need to know calculus. So as long as you're familiar with high school algebra till grade 9, 10, I don't see an issue. There is no prior knowledge really required. Yeah, that's a short answer.
So there'll be a syllabus shared before, or we'll only get to
Not
know.
really. We're not going to really share a syllabus because some of this will also emerge broadly, we know. And if you're interested, we can send you those broad details. See, it's also honestly, it's 30 hours on each topic, right? And many of you are older students. So you already have clarity. Some of you will have clarity on what you want to do. You may be interested in these or those things. But if you have already studied a bit of astrophysics or engineering design, you have some questions, you would like something to be covered, please let us know. You can write to us now itself and we can come prepared for that. But but we are not expecting any preparation from your end. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Which school are you from, Prajit?
GEMS Modern.
GEMS Modern, GMA. Yeah. We have like, I think more than 10 students from GMA, young students younger to you coming to Manipal in July 10th to 31st. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Arush, please go on.
Sir, this is Aru's father.
Hello,
Pallav,
sir.
my
What's
name
your...
is Pallav.
Yeah, Pallav, please tell.
Sir, thank you very much. Sir, I have very just basic question, three basic question. One is this all student which is on online, is all are from UAE batch only, or is around the world is all everybody online right now?
So right now online, definitely there are people from East Africa, Dar es Salaam, definitely. I don't know where the others are from. And there are a few people from UAE because of a partnership with SAGE and EI, they have spread the word. And last webinar, there were a couple of people from the USA and from India. So let us see finally. So I am sure that a minimum of 3-4 countries will be represented. Hopefully, you know, it'll be 5-6. Yeah.
No, I don't mind. I just wanted to know because Prajit, Arus is also from the GEMS Modern only.
Oh, okay. Wonderful.
Arus
Yeah.
is also from GEMS Modern. So
Yeah,
I just wanted to
know.
know that.
Yeah. No, it'll not be just GMA students. I see a lot of GMA students come because thanks to Mrs. Nargesh and Mr. Bloud and people before them, it's a very progressive school which does a lot of good work. But I think there will be more Indian diaspora because they know more about IIT Madras. But there are also going to be some local students from Zanzibar, Dar es Salaam, you know. So there will be some students maybe coming on scholarship and things like that. So there will be a mix. It will not be only UAE kids or only GMA. We will also help you with the logistics. So for example, if there are say 10 or 15 children coming from UAE, we will again help you with, you know, so maybe more people coming on one flight will be helpful. So we'll get into those details maybe 3 weeks down the line when there is more clarity on that.
I'm clear, sir, because this I want to know if how many going from UAE, so at least my son can join with that. Like,
so what? So if you are coming from the UAE, do you have the details of Savitri and because she must have sent you the message, Savitri and her team.
We got this email from the school actually. We didn't
got
get
the email from the school. So does it okay? Yeah. So what you do is, in case you cannot find the details of the SAGE contact person, because they are much better qualified. So even the students who are coming to Manipal, they help them, you know, they collate all the information. For example, they know that someone is coming from Fujairah, someone is coming from Abu Dhabi, someone is coming from Dubai. So they help in organizing that. If you don't find their contact details, just message me on WhatsApp. I will send their team member details and you can be in touch with them to figure out, you know, who all are coming from UAE and yeah.
Please, sir. So just my second question is like, might be we also travel with Harus. So is it compulsory or mandatory to stay in the campus only, or he can stay with us in hotel and every day he come for the campus, the timing 9 to 4, whatever?
Yes, that is a good question. Ideally, we would want the
preference,
stay on
campus.
It's very rare that someone has done something like this. Once or twice in the last 9 years, we have allowed that. So maybe if we can speak one-on-one, I would like to understand if you have any particular reason you want. So if there is a medical condition, something, you know, we can consider an exception. Otherwise, we believe that, being with, because honestly, while, maybe 60% of the benefit is all this STEM immersion and all of that, I would say 40-50% of the benefit is just learning to live independently.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I agree, sir. And
Yeah.
so just one last question regarding if some of the friends wants to join in the STEM because they also study with the Arus, they are not invited for the gifted. So I don't know, is it allowed or
Yes,
can you
it
get
is.
the referral?
So let me clarify. This is not really a gifted program. Because our gifted program takes only children in the top 2% of their peers. We have certain minimum requirements. For example, one person has applied and his grades in science and math are like C, right? So I have not rejected that student, but I have asked for a conversation with the student. I'm giving him a test. I'm giving him a task. So here we are going to generally give an opportunity to people who are committed and interested, but they should have a basic minimum capability. So Arush can definitely tell his friends, please tell his friends. And I would say as long as generally they're above 70-75% in their science and math subjects, I don't see an issue. They can definitely cope and do well. If they are doing poorly in school in these subjects, we will check and we may not accept them. That we will see. One of the most important things for us in this program is that the child should want to come, or the young adult should want to come, and it's not that the parent said so the person is coming. So that is probably even more important for us than any particular performance already which is there. Yeah, so we'll be
Sir,
very
but
happy.
let them write. Yeah, let them engage with Mr. Vishnu and take it forward.
Yeah, and to be honest, sometimes while we do gifted programs, we have the test, top 2% we take. I can be very honest with you and tell you that sometimes there are students who did not qualify through the test. They came and they actually did better than the students who did great on the test. And I think Dr. Preeti has a similar philosophy. They have a different selection process from the JEE in India, and they're finding some really good creative students who on the surface may not look academically very this thing, but within 3-4 months, they're like outperforming many of their peers. So we are looking at the child as a more whole thing. So please let Arush share with anybody, and I am happy to take out time to interact with all these students and determine their suitability to the program. Yeah.
I guess just last, where if you say your contact number or something where we can contact.
Yeah. So I've just put it on chat. I'm going to share it again. Yeah.
No worries, sir. Done.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Yeah, Prisha, you're from Zizima School?
Yes, I'm from Aga Khan.
Yes.
Thank you for the information. I just wanted to ask in the application form that you had sent, along with the mark sheet, we have to give teacher recommendation. So is that a must? And does it boost chances, or do we have to give it if you ask for it?
Only if we ask for it. So you just share your report card or transcript, and only if we feel that based on that there is some issue, then we may ask for a teacher recommendation. Otherwise, and I know particularly in Aga Khan Zizima School, it looks like Nikita knows all of you pretty well. So I generally check with Nikita, and whatever she says, I go with that. Yeah. So,
okay, thank you.
You know Nikita, madam, well?
Yeah.
So I think she knows you all very well. So, I don't need to really check beyond the point. Yeah. So,
thank you.
Thanks, Misha. Okay. Right. I think we are past the time. If somebody has a burning question or are there any questions on chat? Suvarna Jagnade, thanks. It's informative. I will contact you if I need any clarifications. Please take down my phone number, which is out here. Right. So, okay. I think right. Are any of you here outside of Dar es Salaam or UAE? If so, just please let me know, because I'm also curious where you people are from.
Yeah, NS Selvamani, we didn't Jhansi.
Yes.
Kenya.
Okay, NS is from Kenya. Which school, sir? NS, are you? Acha, Oshwal Junior High.
Oshwal.
Yes. Yes. I think the counselor you interacted with Preeti recently. Yes. Right. So that's great.
And others?
Yeah. So yeah, Mombasa has a direct flight. Actually, I think everywhere in the Middle East is a direct flight. A lot of anyone else from Kenya or Uganda, Rwanda? Not really. Okay. Right. Jhansi? Okay. Okay, no problem. I think we will end here, and please